In our previous video, we solved three equations in three unknowns using the Gaussian elimination method. And at some point, we had this matrix, this augmented matrix. And then we used this to find x and y and z, right? X, y, and z. So what we did was write this in equation form, and we had a negative a to z. It was 0x plus 0y, right? These 0x plus 0y plus negative a to z. But we didn't bother to write the 0x and the 0y. Equal negative 480, and then divide to find z. What we got for z, we put it here. So we didn't have x here, so we had 1353y plus that, and so on and so forth. To find our y, right, then we had our 1x plus 3x, 1x plus 3y minus 2z. We put in our x and y. We put in our y and z to find x. Now, if you were to write this before you finish working it out, if you were to write it in row echelon form, you would want it in the form 1, 1, 1, so that the diagonal elements on the left hand side are 1. You have a number here, number 1, number 2, number 3, whatever those are, and then you would have zeros here. All right, so let's try and do that. What you would do here is this. Let me write it down a bit further. This new matrix, let's say this is our new matrix. We have 1 here already. So 1, 3, negative 2. We have 1, 3, negative 2, 1. So we would have already had 1 here. We want a 1 under the 3 next. So we want to turn the 1353 into 1. What you would have to do is say row 2 divided by 1353. So row 2 divided by 1353. Oh, what am I writing? Row 2 divided by 1353 will lead us to our new row 2. So 0 over 1353 is just 0. 1353 over 1353 is 1. Then negative 1023 over 1353. 1023 over 1353. Let's just write it as that. Negative 1023 over 1353. Alright? And then you have your negative 726 over 1353. You have your negative 726 over 1353. And after that, we turn our negative 80 in row 3 into 1. So row 3 divided by divided by negative 80 leads to our new row 3. Alright? So what we do is say 0 over 80 is 0, 0 over 80 over negative 80 is 0, negative 80 over negative 80 is 1, and then negative 480 over negative 80 is going to be 6. Alright? So we have that. Now here we can see that z is equal to 6. Then we put z up here and say 0x plus 1y plus and then negative 1023 over 1353 times 6 is equal to negative 726 over 1353. Alright? So y is going to be minus because we have a plus negative there. If we say 1023 over 1353 times 6, and then we have out here, alright, so what we're going to have is y equal, then we have negative 726 over 1353 plus our 1023 times 6 will give us 6138. So plus 6138 over 1353. So if we say negative 726 plus 6138, we're going to have this equal to 5412 over 1353. When then we put that over 1353 and we get 4. So we would get our y as 4. And then we want our z. So row 1 has 1x plus 3y, 1x plus 3y minus 2z. I put my line across z equal 1. So that would be x plus 3y. You know, y is 4 and 3 4 is 12. Then minus 2 times 6. Well, because you know z is 6, 2 6 12 equals 1. So we have 1x plus 3y, y is 4, 3 4 is 12, minus 2 by 6, 12 equals 1. This would show that our x is equal to 1. So that's what we have there, right? So here, our x would be 1, y equals 4, and z equals 6. This would be row echelon form, but it looks a bit awkward with these fractions, complicated looking fractions here, right? Now, if you're asked to write this in reduced row echelon form, then that would be another matter, right? You'd have to turn the 3 into a 0 and the negative 2 into a 0. Let's look at that in our next video.